Health and wellness check-in for the week of 26th June to Monday, 26th June 2023 to Sunday, 2 July 2023. The feel of the week is positive. I would classify it as positive. This is my summary. Introduction week summary was, on the whole, was a positive week. Social. Fed the critters all of their meals this week. My parents were around. My dad went and visited his mom yesterday, so that was in my Washington State Rainier's Cherry Sweet Eats from 1 July 2023. In that video, when I say my dad's leaving, he was going to visit his grandma that day, so he got back yesterday as well. I live with my parents, so there's normal social interactions there since they're around and I'm around. Other outings with social interactions included Fred Meyer, which is a retail department store, on Tuesday, 27 June. Burgermaster, a burger drive-in restaurant, on Wednesday, 28 June. Franz Bakery Outlet, a baked goods store, on Thursday, 29 June. Lowell Riverfront Park, public park, on Thursday, 29 June. Ray's Drive-In, a burger drive-in restaurant, on Thursday, 29 June. And then Richmond Beach Library is a public library yesterday, Saturday, 1 July. So that's the first category. It's a little more social than normal, but positive. Yeah, positive. Mental. Positive week. At first, writing and photography on Yelp. I reached 87 written and published reviews for the month of June 2023, increasing my new all-time number 2 for me for any given month on Yelp in terms of number of reviews for the month. So last Sunday, I reached 81 reviews for June 2023. And before that, my number was 76 reviews in May 2023. That was my number 2. So now it's 87 from June 2023. Today is 2 July 2023. So I've already started writing and publishing reviews for this month. But my final number for June 2023 was 87 reviews. And then as well, I increased, but in a different area. So that was an all-time number 2. This is an all-time across everything, PB, personal best. So I increased my new all-time personal best to 163 reviews for any given 2 consecutive months of my writing and publishing on Yelp across May and June 2023. So the previous was 145 at the time reviews from April and May 2020. So I did, that's what, 18 more for a 2-month period, so that's pretty good. Up next, writing for Lucky Wallaby Courier. Writing on my computer, have catch-up to do for the 2023 European Games and 2023 Central American and Caribbean Games. This kind of overlaps with the next category. So YouTube. Had some more YouTube-specific content, such as potential channel handoff details / concerns video, as well as new format attempt, which was the aggregate aquatic sport results video, and that was part of my Lucky Wallaby Courier stuff. I did it. It was 15 minutes or less. It was a lot, and it was cool. It was fun. I did it. Did I make some mistakes? There were some things that, it's a first attempt, which means it can be a little rough. That's how my reflection on that at this point in time. Up next, reading. So I started The Hunger Games it's the first book on my summer 2023 reading list. So I'm reading The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, the 2008 book, but this is specifically the September 2009 first Scholastic printing edition. Do I have it here? Yes, so a reminder, Pan Am is in the United States of America. She does provide geography. District 12 is Appalachia, and the capital is the Rockies. That's on page 41 in this edition. And but as the book kind of builds on stereotypes, I would probably classify the capital then as being in like Colorado and or Utah, but probably Colorado, and then maybe New Mexico. That kind of general area if we wanted to get like let it sprawl kind of thing. And then Appalachia, I would guess, would be like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, maybe Maryland, if I had to guess. Then she also brings up District 13, and I'm going to bring this up because it's a way of fact checking. This is a fiction book. She says District 13 is where they mined diamonds, and District 13 is close to District 12. In the United States of America, the area where diamonds are mineable and or have been mined in the past, or is actually like Colorado, New Mexico area. So in her book, where like I know this is a work of, so I'm a geologist, so this is I have a video on this on my channel about natural diamonds and where they come from, and they come from volcanoes and stuff like that, kimberlites and other rocks. And so diamonds have been mined in this country, in like the Southwest, specifically like Colorado, New Mexico, that kind of stuff. So the Rockies. So in her book, she puts that as the capital. So we can verify that this is a work of fiction because District 13 is supposed to be by District 12. So like maybe District 13 is like Washington, D.C. area, which is not mineable for diamonds, nor has it been mined for diamonds, kind of thing. So it's a way of saying sometimes, like, I'm a geologist and going back and reading this book, I'm like, it's nice to have those little tidbits, right? This is a work of fiction, and like the author either getting it wrong unintentionally or intentionally, right? It's a way of fact checking that this is not based on reality, right? Because diamonds come from what she designates as the capital in this book, not where District 13 is per her kind of descriptors. Also, people want to know who I identify with. This is like, so I've brought up Chuck, the TV series on this channel, as a favorite TV series of mine because I don't identify with anyone. The Hunger Games is like that. The main character, Katniss Everdeen, is an older sister, in a sister-sister pair, and I am the younger sister in a sister-sister pair. So if we wanted to play devil's advocate, then the character who's similar to me in terms of family roles would be Primrose Everdeen, the younger sister of Katniss Everdeen. And I've even had, so Katniss Everdeen knows all the terms when it comes to makeup and clothes and stuff like this, and reading this, like stuff I wouldn't or did not know. I'm gonna go, I have to Google this kind of thing. What does that mean in terms of makeup? I don't wear makeup. Like, and so like there's a scene, you know, where, I guess spoiler, where but not really, her sister, you know, has this habit of not necessarily tucking in her shirt, and so the older sister, Katniss Everdeen, the main character, goes, "Tuck in your shirt," you know, kind of stuff. And that's like a recurring theme, and that is kind of like my childhood with my sister, who's very much a fashionista, does her hair, is into clothes and makeup and stuff, and knows all the terms, kind of like Katniss Everdeen. So like there's a little bit, I don't identify with Primrose Everdeen, however there's a similar sister-sister dynamic there, in that like my older sister too was like, tuck in your shirt, like literally when we were growing up. So Primrose Everdeen, at least based on what I've read. I will also note, if Peeta Mellark and Katniss Everdeen, if they are supposed to be soulmate pairs, they have a really weird dynamic. They don't come across as a soulmate pair. I don't know. Right. And then, is there anything else? Yes. So on Friday, 30 June 2023, which is when I started reading this, I read through page 47. I've said yesterday that I found it kind of off-putting. I still agree with that. My update is for yesterday. So I said yesterday in my Washington State Rainier Sweet Eats video that. And then yesterday, Saturday, 1 July 2023, after that Sweet Eats, I read pages 48 through 128, and I remembered it correctly, around between page 60 and 70, it becomes less off-putting for me. For me, it was a smooth transition. It wasn't abrupt, so it wasn't like the end of a chapter or something. It was just kind of a smooth, like all of a sudden, but not all of a sudden, like it was like all of a sudden, because it's only 10 pages, but like a gradual, like, smooth transition, which as a writer I pick up on. It's a smooth transition. Some books go, we're gonna just leave all that with the end of this chapter and then move on. And this one was kind of a smoother transition, so I picked up on that. So there's that. Writing on Wikipedia, thoughts on my Wikipedia indefinite block a little over 2 weeks out. There's chatter that I've gotten like a check mark for good conduct at a 2-week check-in. I haven't logged in and used my account, so I'm not causing chaos, so to speak, and I'm not evading my block. So the number one way to screw up a block is to like, I'm only currently blocked on English Wikipedia, so I could go to Wikimedia Commons and edit something, but I've seen that play out, and what happens is they also get blocked on Wikimedia Commons, and it gets tagged for block evasion. So I'm like, okay, since I've seen that play out before, I'm not going to do that. Right. I might only be blocked on one Wikipedia, but I don't want to expand my block to multiple Wikipedias. So I'm trying to be good and do my, like, not do anything with my account. So there's chatter that I did get like a 2-week good conduct, not thumbs up because they're not lifting the ban or block yet anyway, but like she did good, like good conduct for those 2 weeks kind of thing. Okay. Up next, this is part of that, fleshing out my analogy to the situation to indefinite bans on Russians in international sporting competitions. So this would be like, for if one wanted to understand, so I've made that analogy before, I'm sitting pretty to understand what Russians go through. This would be like if somebody imposed a block on the Russians and then the Russians stopped all war activity. Okay, that's what I did, right? I logged out of my account. I haven't even looked at Wikipedia with my account. That kind of stuff. So it's like, it would be like stopping all stuff and withdrawing, right? Because I logged out of my account. So it'd be like they stop all war activity and withdraw. Okay, that would be like, interestingly, I've not been let back in, right? So that would be like the case where Russia did something like that, stopped all activity, withdrew, and then the international governing bodies for their international sporting competitions were like, we're still going to ban you, right? Which, if people really care about like not killing and stuff like that, one would think they would lift the ban or lift the block. However, people are petty and just don't like Russians, you know? So maybe they just don't like me. That's why I'm not being let back in, kind of thing. Also, this situation is a little bit different than the Russian situation because the person and I was like exchanging with, we both got blocked indefinitely from Wikipedia. So this is a little bit different than the bans on Russians in international sporting competitions because it would be like if, so I'm comparing myself to the Russians because I like the Russians kind of thing. It'd be like if Ukraine and Russia got banned, which would be a novel situation in international sports. That doesn't happen. So this is actually like if one wanted to like be like super, oh my gosh, this is groundbreaking and understanding this. It'd be like if Ukraine and Russia got blocked. Okay. So it is a little bit different than that, but to make it more like tangible or understandable, I'm just treating myself as like the Russians kind of thing. Okay. Up next, internet connectivity issues. Repair person is scheduled to come out this evening, Sunday, 2 July. So that's around like 4 or 6 p.m. Up last, physical. So that's a diet and food and exercise. Made all my workouts Monday, 26 June to today, Sunday, 2 July. I just have my elliptical left. I already did my peanut shell pickup. If I don't make the workout, I'll bring it up tomorrow. But I'm on track to finish it. And then started menstruating 4 days early. So I had a shortened 28-day cycle instead of my regular 31-day cycle. Today's day 5. I'll write this down. Yeah, today is day 5. So my alarming period or menstrual cycle is like 15 to 25 days. So this is, if my period went from like 31 days to like last cycle was 29 to this time is 27. It gets shorter if I get attacked or super stressed. So that the 27-day cycle I'm attributing to the Wikipedia block. I was attacked by the person who blocked me, you know, and after they blocked me, I still got kind of harassing emails, that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah. And then my weight was all over the place, in part because of PMS, in part because of menstruating, in part because of me eating more, but then also I was on the Tanis Diet with PMS modifications for some of those days. So, that kind of thing. All right. In conclusion, it was a positive week. The field was positive. And happy longer format check-in again.